What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Unsolicited with Sam and Jordyn. I am Sam. This is Jordyn. We are so excited to be back again, and I think this is going to be it'll be a little funky next week with Thanksgiving, but we're going to try and roll on this schedule and be on, every single week for the rest of the year. But Jordyn, how are you doing? She's so nice and tan. She looks so good. Her hair looks good. Queen.
Hi. Oh my God. I literally miss you. And I feel like I say this every single time we don't have a podcast, but this time feels so different. I feel like I haven't seen your face in 3 months. And I remember I got back from vacation. I looked at Brian and I was like, I feel like I haven't talked or seen Sam in a year. And it's literally been like a week. But no, vacation was so perfect. I was just telling Sam before the show started, but we got very lucky because we were in Riviera Maya, Cancun. Literally this week, they got hit with a crazy storm. So very grateful to have kind of skirted around that. We had beautiful weather. It was perfect times, good vibes. And I'm just having a very hard time adjusting because we did plan it perfectly. So we flew out early Saturday and then landed Friday evening.
Okay.
So I had Saturday and Sunday to like clean, do laundry, regroup, but still work this week has been culture shock.
I feel ya. It's rough.
Yes.
The month of June, when I went back after being out for basically the entire month of June for my wedding, when I went back to work, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing.
No.
What is happening right now? I don't even know who I am. Like, It was like, how do I get to work? It's jarring. So I get it.
No, it's like literally been crazy. And also the fact, and like, again, this is something that I feel like is like a universal thing every year. You're like, holy shit, it's dark out, as if it hasn't been happening our entire lives. But that is also really messing me up because like I was just in sunny, beautiful weather, go back to the office. Leave when it's like dusk, get home, it's pitch black. And I'm like, I don't want to make dinner. I just want to go to bed. Like my day is done.
And like, again, I just spoke to like my cousins about it yesterday too, because I was like, I feel like it's getting darker sooner. And they were like, yes, that's daylight savings. And I was like, no. I mean, like, it's 4:15 and I'm sitting here and it's dark. I'm like, I feel like normally we have until like 5:00 and then it starts to go down. But I feel like recently, I don't know, feels like the sun's going down a lot sooner than normal.
I just feel like the world is ending and everything's fucked up because like I agree. I think it's getting darker earlier. New Jersey, have you heard that New Jersey is like literally on fire right now?
Yeah, we had some fires too.
Crazy. We got rain last night for the first time in like
Same.
not even probably over a month, that just doesn't happen here.
Yep.
And then also, did you hear about the aliens?
Yeah, they're just like, they just confirmed that aliens exist and like.
Oh no, did you hear about the drones in Jersey, in North Jersey?
No, I saw there was like a thing about like aliens, but
I saw that was like they were like, yeah, aliens actually are real and they live in the ocean. And I was like, awesome. That sounds great. As if I wasn't scared of the ocean enough. But you know, in Morris County, North Jersey, there were 5 drones that were nowhere, like they were not authorized. You couldn't track them. No one knew where they came from. I saw a video of one. Like when you picture in your head and like you draw a UFO as a child with like the ring and the top and the lights, it was literally a UFO. Like I swear to fucking God. And I was like, insane. And there were 5 of them. The Black Hawk helicopters were monitoring the sky and they were up there for like 2 to 3 hours.
I'm looking at a picture.
How insane.
That's literally a UFO.
Yes.
That is like, that's insane.
I keep saying, I was like, there was literally aliens in New Jersey. And Brian was like, it was a drone. And I was like, no, Brian, it was a fucking UFO. Like,
yeah, I mean, if people don't believe aliens exist, they're stupid.
Yes.
You think we're the only living things in the entire fucking universe?
Right. And also, again, if the water theory is real, think about, I'm pretty sure it's what 80% of our ocean like has not been able to be studied.
Oh, 95 at least %. I think they've only discovered at least like 2% of the ocean.
Oh, that's even worse. So also not even thinking about like past our planet and the space and the stars and everything, what's literally living beneath us, we have no fucking idea. And
No.
apparently it's aliens.
And that doesn't surprise me at all. I used to watch friggin' Blue Planet on Discovery Channel. I think it was Discovery Channel or National Geographic or whatever it is. And it literally is like people like going down into the depths of the ocean, and well, not always depths, but you learn about the ocean. And you know me in the ocean. I just love the ocean. So I just watch stupid shit like that. And there was literally one time I was watching it and they were showing that there was a body of water at the bottom of the ocean. It was like, you know how kind of like water and oil separate kind of thing?
Yes.
It was like that. And it was like some sort of other substance, and it was a lake. It was like an acidic lake at the bottom of the ocean. So there was another body of water at the bottom of our body. Like, could not wrap my brain around it.
No. I never used to be afraid of the ocean up until like recently. I don't even know why. And I literally the week before Cancun, I was like, what if something happens to me in the water? Like what? And he was like, what is going to happen to you in the water? Day 3, I get stung by a jellyfish just standing in the water. Yes. And it literally happened. And I was like, no. And I grabbed my ankle, and it was like me, Brian, his brother, and then one of the other like couples, the husband that we were with. And we're all just like throwing our ball, like having a good time. And it happened, and I literally froze, and I just grabbed my ankle, and Brian walked over and he like scooped me under my arms and like carried me out and like laid me on the beach. And I literally was just like holding it and like, and Sam, you would have been so proud of me. I was so strong. I was such a strong girl. And I just laid on the beach and I was like, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. And we probably sat there for like 10 minutes. And then we were like, okay, like, are you okay to walk back? So I walked back up and we went to like where our chairs were, and his brother and the other guy walk ahead. And I'm like, Brian, hold on one sec. And he turns around and I go, and I just started sobbing. And he's like, are you crying because you're in pain, or are you crying because it happened? And I was like, because it happened.
When right before you said that Brian picked you up, I thought for a second you were going to say that Brian pulled his pants down and started peeing on your leg.
No, we found a better trick than that. Oh. Thank God. I sent a picture to my dad. I was like, got stung by a jellyfish. I'm all good. And he was like, I hope Brian didn't have to pee on you. The hotel workers told us a trick like before we even got there, or before we like when we were checking in. They're like, yeah, like if there's any jellyfish activity, take your room key or a credit card and like scrape down away. And when I tell you it worked like instantly, it was like I was still uncomfortable, but like that awful stinging feeling really went away. So everyone write this down somewhere. If you get stung by a jellyfish, take a credit card and just scrape it.
That's good to know.
Yes.
I've gotten stung. I got stung by a dead jellyfish, but it was still like not alive, but like the stingers were still working. Yeah, I got stung from here all the way up my neck because I dove into a wave in the Jersey Shore. Yeah. So I know that feeling. It really fucking sucks.
That's awful. Mine literally, it just got me right on my ankle.
I love the ocean. I love the creatures of the ocean, even if they're aliens. Don't fuck with jellyfish.
No.
Do not fuck with jellyfish. I don't like them. I don't know what their purpose is in the world. If they're just the clear ones that don't have any tentacles, they don't bother me.
Yep.
I like when I found out about the fucking Man of War jellyfish. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Nightmares. I found out about it as a child, but like I was terrified.
It's so funny that you say that because with all, you know how my hyperfixation a couple weeks ago was tornadoes and I was on Tornado Talk? Yes. Now it's aliens. So I've obviously been watching a lot of aliens, especially like I need to be prepared if they're in my state and like ready to attack. Like if they're in the air for 2 to 3 hours, I want to be on guard. But yeah, so I'm watching all these alien videos, and there was some guy who were like, they just told us that aliens come from the ocean, and we found one. And they show it, and it's the Man of War jellyfish, and everyone is my God, so kindly run. Like literally, like don't try and touch it. Don't try and look at it. They were like, that is not an alien. That is a death trap. Like,
no, it literally will kill you.
Yes,
it will kill you. Those things are terrifying and huge.
Yes,
They're so big.
You
Yeah.
know, not a fan.
Well,
But
I'm
you know,
glad
I
you're
did not
okay.
go in the water in the ocean too much after that. I was a little scared.
I mean, fair. That's very fair. I mean, I'm glad that you're okay though, and that
Yeah,
Brian didn't have to pee on you in the
no.
middle of Mexico.
I also this is my just anxiety. I was like, because it literally hurt for probably like a half hour, 40 minutes, and then I was
Mhm.
totally fine. But later that night, I was like, what if it was like a poisonous jellyfish and I just have something running through me that's just gonna like randomly kill me? And Brian was like, it was a jellyfish. Like, you will live and everything is okay.
I literally we're the same person.
Yeah.
We are exactly the same person. It is just every single time. I thought about that literally like all the time. I
Yes.
get it. I get it.
I'm like, you just don't know. I've
You
watched
don't
way
know.
too much Grey's Anatomy to just be calm. Like,
See, that's me, but with House.
yes.
Because I watched House, what was it like maybe 2 or 3 years ago now? Obsessed. Love House. It's like one of my top 5 favorite shows. And Michael's emerging the second I say House.
Yeah.
Because he's the one who introduced me to House. But like it would be like the most random fucking thing that happens to
Yes.
you, and then that person's like brink of death.
Yes.
And I'm like, how will I know? How will I know unless I die?
Yes.
Like that's when I'll know, is when I'm dead. Or the
No,
doctors won't find out. Like it's sent me on a spiral.
no. In Grey's Anatomy, when the one girl or the one woman goes in for the hiccups and dies, I'm like, are you fucking kidding? Like, why put this in my brain? I cannot handle this. But also speaking of TV shows, have you
Mhm.
ever watched Silicon Valley?
No. I've heard of it though.
Sam, watch it.
Okay.
I am on season 3 right now.
What is it about? I don't even know what
But
it's about.
it's the nerdiest group of boys that are, but they're brilliant and they start a tech company and
Oh
it's
wait, is this with Adam Devine? Silicon Valley show.
no.
No. Oh, okay. Oh, this guy.
Yes, Richard Hendricks.
Yes.
That's how he talks. No, but Sam, it's like slowly creeping up there with one of my favorite TV shows of all time, as long as it ends well, obviously. But I'm 3 seasons in. The humor and like the characters and their personality, it's like if Big Bang Theory and New Girl combined is like the
Oh,
vibes to me.
okay. With like the nerdiness of Big
Yes,
Bang.
yes, like it's definitely like adult humor. It's on HBO Max. I don't know when it initially came out. It's like a little older, but not too old. And I cannot get enough. I watch it, I cry laughing. I'm like laughing out loud, and I am so obsessed.
I mean, I've heard of it for so long. I've just never
That's what
I
I
never watched
really
it.
didn't hear of it. And then Brian, we needed a show, and Brian was like, "Oh, I love Silicon Valley. Would you watch it?" And I was like, "Sure." Now
Yeah.
it's like changed my life. And I'm like asking all my work friends, I'm like, have you ever watched Silicon Valley? And they're like, no. I'm like, someone needs to watch the show.
I think that because like when it was actually on, like it was not our demographic.
Yeah.
So nobody our age really knows about it, but I've heard of it.
It's
Well,
so good.
I will have to check it out.
You will. I'm
You know,
begging.
I speaking of TV shows makes me think of books. I have like not physically touched a book in like 2 months, but I've listened to 3.
Oh, okay. So you're still reading.
So I'm technically still reading. I'm almost finished. I think I'm like maybe 3/4 of the way through. I'm listening to the Song of Achilles. And I know that you were a big fan of Song of Achilles. I love it.
Is it not?
I I knew nothing about it. All I knew was that it was Greek mythology, and for my book club book that I had listened to before it, it was The Games the Gods Play.
Which I
So,
really want to read.
yeah, and I think you should read it because it's also very good. But then, of course, Audible is now like, "Oh, so now you're obsessed with Greek mythology. Here's, like, 17 books you should read." So that was one of them, and I was like, I remember Jordyn mentioning to this," and then my other friend, Mike, who you met at my wedding, Mike and Julie,
Yes.
Mike also had mentioned it to me, and I was like, "Okay, okay." And I was like, listen, and I started listening to it, and I was like, "Okay, this could be, like, interesting," and the guy who reads it is, like he's a very good voice, so I was like, "I'm really enjoying it." The plot, I had no idea what was coming. So when things started happening, I was like, "What? What? What? What?"
same way. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. It's like, I don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't read Song of Achilles, but yeah, I'm like, yeah, I think I have about 2.5 hours left of listening, so I'm almost done.
Buckle up.
I have a feeling things are about to start getting wild because it's been too calm for
Buckle
like
up.
chapters.
No, that was one of the most beautiful, most phenomenal books I've ever read. Like it's just amazing. And I actually I want to read it so bad. I just haven't had a chance, but it's by the same author. I think it's Circe. Is how
Yes.
you?
Yes, Cersei. Mike also told me, he was like, listen to Cersei after you listen to
Yes,
Song of
I
Achilles.
have it. Maybe we should read that at the same time.
Should we?
Yes.
Unsolicited book club?
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
down. Book
No,
club is really helping me read. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of fell off a little bit.
No, I've been in Kingdom of Ash for so long. And now I'm like I'm like just over 500 pages in, but I read 2 nonfiction books on vacation.
Oh, nonfiction.
Wait, no, fiction.
Oh, I was gonna say that's
Not
very out of your
fantasy.
element.
Yeah, no. I'm not ready for that.
Yeah. You
But
read
it's
2
so
fiction
crazy
books.
because I haven't read anything that isn't fantasy in so long. So I was like, I've never read, you know how slow of a reader I am. I was like, I've never read so fast in my entire life just because like normal people in a normal situation, I'm like, this makes so much sense. Like, I don't have to think twice about this. But also, I read Every Summer After, which was like a really light teenage heartthrob romance thing. And well, it wasn't super light, but you get it. And then I read The Housemaid, like the murder
I
mystery
have
thriller.
that on my shelf.
Dude, both of them
Good.
strongly recommend.
The Housemaid is
Especially,
like a series too.
yes, I heard. So the third one just came out. I heard the second one's awesome, and the third one's like, eh. So I'll probably read the second, but I don't know if I'll read the third. But it's
Okay.
going to be a movie with Sydney Sweeney and Amanda Seyfried.
What?
Yeah. So if you need a book to like a physical book to like get you back into it, that's a good one. I had a 4-hour flight home. I was 100 pages into it. I finished it on the plane.
Yeah, it's not that big.
No, it's like, I think like 320 pages
Yeah. Yeah.
and it moves. Like it has you hooked.
Yeah. And they're making the Verity movie now that I sent you this afternoon.
Yes.
That's with Anne freaking Hathaway.
She's Lowen, right?
She's what?
She's Lowen, right?
Oh, I would assume so.
Right? Verity's blonde. Has to be blonde.
Yeah. And also, like, I don't think that they would hire Anne Hathaway to lay in bed.
That's true. That's
Like,
true.
she definitely gives off like writer
Yes.
vibe. You know what I mean? Like,
oh my God. The look from Devil Wears Prada where she had the pin straight hair with the bangs. Like, she's Lowen.
yeah.
Also, who do you want or who do you picture as Verity?
I don't know. Like a blonde.
I have my pick.
Okay, you tell me because I can't think of anybody.
It's the woman from Gone Girl.
The woman from Gone Girl. Okay.
The crazy one.
I never saw Gone Girl.
What?
I know the story. I know how it ends. Oh. Yeah.
She just gives
Rosamund Pike is her name.
What's her name?
Rosamund Pike.
I never knew that.
Yeah. She's in Saltburn. Oh, she's the mom in Saltburn.
Yes. Yes.
Oh. I could see it though, for sure.
Yes. And especially now because I know in the book they were like early 30s and I didn't know. Oh no.
No, my light just went out.
Oh.
Okay, never mind. Ignore.
Ignore. It's the Christmas. It's the flickering lights. What was I going to say? Oh, so in the book, they're depicted as like early 30s. So like with casting, I was like, I don't know what way they're going to go because if they went like a little bit younger route, I was thinking like Love from You.
Okay.
Because she just has that like creepy energy.
Yeah. I'm listening to you. Don't worry.
No, I know. But with Anne Hathaway, I think they would be a good combo. And then I know they're gonna cast some conventionally attractive brunette man for the lead.
Yeah. You know, speaking of conventionally attractive brunette men, I really want to go see Gladiator 2.
Really? For Paul Mescal?
No, for Pedro Pascal. But
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
oh yeah, he's in it. He's in it, and he's got the skirt on and everything, and it's yeah, it's good. But seeing Paul Mescal, I'm like, Paul Mescal's a good looking dude too. But since I was seeing all of these trailers and stuff for it, and I was like interested in it, I picture Patroclus in Song of Achilles as Paul Mescal. And now I'm like, I want them to make a movie of this. But I don't know who would play Achilles. Because I have a very distinct vision in my brain of who Achilles is, and it's not an actor. Like it's just a
Yeah.
very conventionally beautiful blonde man. You know? Like a Greek god, basically.
Yes. Oh my God. I want to reread that. You know, maybe I'll listen to it at some point.
It's a great listen because especially if you've read it already, like it probably
Yes.
is even smoother. But even me as someone who's never read it before, it is very easy to listen to. And you know, like I feel like I'm in like they would never, I doubt that they would ever have kids read this in high school, but like the like literary
Yes.
tools that are used, I'm like critically thinking while listening to it. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like I'm like, "Ooh, that's a good foreshadow. Ooh, this is a good foil. Ooh, this is a, you know, like this that." And I'm like, this would be such a good book to read in a classroom, but I know they won't ever because of the plot.
Yes. No, I literally, the way you just described it, I have said that before. Where I'm like, I just want like a well written book. Like that's all I want sometimes.
Yeah. And it is. It's a very well-written book.
Did you ever have you read Addie LaRue yet?
Now,
Oh, that talk about a well written book.
I have to take it out of my Catherine library,
You do. You
but
do.
I
That
can't.
also, especially if you're not in a slump, but not like a slump from physical books, that I do think would be a good one to listen to too. One, because it's beautiful, and two, because the first half is slow. Like
Okay.
like Brian literally was like, I'm so shocked that this ended up being one of your favorite books. Cause like it's one of those where I would
You
read
read
like
it?
what?
You read it?
No, just hearing me talk about it.
Oh, oh, oh.
Because I literally fill him
Like,
in
wow.
every chapter. I it's one of those where I would read like 10 to 20 pages a night because like it was
Mm.
just a lot, like it was one that I really couldn't get into, and I was enjoying it. Again, beautifully written, but like plot wise I was like, where is this going? Like I didn't really get it. And then once it clicks and the ending, like it is just, it makes all like the first slow part worth it. It makes like, it's just phenomenal.
I just added it to my library. So after
Yes.
I'm finished listening to this, I'll listen to that next.
Yes. That means so much to me.
Yeah. I just really love listening to books. Like I found my way of getting all my books in, you know?
Yes.
Cuz literally Reckless has been sitting on my nightstand with a bookmark in page 1 for 2 months.
Page one.
Page 1. Didn't read a single word of it yet. And I'm
Oh,
scared now because Erin just read is in the middle of Powerless, which means she's going to be done with Reckless by like next Tuesday.
yes. Yes.
So I'm like, damn it, now I got to sit down and actually read this freaking book. Because she's going to read it ahead of me and then know everything before I even read it.
That's
So,
hysterical. But no, I completely understand that with the audiobooks, and I haven't gotten into them yet, but like there's so much like I really want to reread Harry Potter. I've been dying.
great listen.
Yes, and I'm like this way I can listen to it like on my drives to work, when I'm at work, if I'm just like on my lunch breaks and all that good stuff, but I can come home and read new things. Cuz I'm like there are so many books I want to read. I don't have time to go back and read Harry Potter, but like I want to.
Yep. That's it. That's it. Like these
Yep.
are the books, like not that I wouldn't want to sit down and read like Song of Achilles, but like I know I'll never get to it.
Yes.
And I know I want to like read all these books, but I know I'll never get to it. So it's like listening to them helps me to do that. And it keeps me on track with book club too, because otherwise I would not read my book club books.
Yes.
But
No, I have to pick up the pace a little bit. I need to have a very big reading weekend because I've read 19 books this year. My goal is 20, and I have like 400 to 500 pages left of Kingdom of Ash.
yeah, you need like one like speed read to just
Yes.
like get you to the number.
Yes. No, literally. And I think I can probably Saturday afternoon because Brian's going to be doing schoolwork all day. So I'm literally just going to sit there and be like, if I can
Yeah,
bang out like 200 to 300 pages in one day, I'll feel so good. I'll be
yeah,
done.
yeah. Easy. Easy peasy.
Easy.
Well, shall we get into some topics?
Yes. Should we get into the stuff that we actually plan to talk about?
Listen, guys, me and Jordyn had a lot of catching up to do, and this is how we talk to each other. Like,
Yes.
literally.
You are this entire podcast is you eavesdropping on what would just be a FaceTime between me and Sam.
It's just a FaceTime.
It's
That's it.
just a FaceTime.
That's what this is.
You know what? That could be another slogan.
It's just a FaceTime.
It's just a FaceTime.
We need to make t-shirts.
We really do. I work for a t-shirt company.
I know.
We have no merch.
If people want t-shirts, let us know. We will
Yeah.
commit, and we will commit, and we will make t-shirts.
Tell us what you want on a t-shirt, and we will make it into a t-shirt.
Yeah. It's fuck it, we ball. We fuck around and find out, and this is just a FaceTime.
Yep.
That's it.
Shit no one asked for.
And no one asked for this.
Yes.
Of course, classic. So this happened last week, and when it happened last week, I was like, God, I wish we had a podcast to talk about last week. But then it just kept going, so it ended up working out. But the not beef, the weird situation that's happening with, I hate to call her Brianna Chickenfry. I don't know. I don't like calling her that.
Yeah.
But Brianna LaPaglia and Bryan were together. They were this big couple, obviously all over the place with Barstool Sports, blah, 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 blah. They are now broken up. And Bri just went on the BFFs pod and didn't even tell us everything, but told us quite a lot.
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but do you listen to Zach Bryan?
Yes.
So how does this situation make you feel? Because, like, he seems like a piece of shit.
And this is what's fucked up and, like, why I feel really bad, because, like, this is not new news. Like, everyone, do you know about his dating history?
Say it again?
Do you know about his dating history?
I know he was married.
Do you know how they broke up?
No.
Oh, are you ready for this?
Oh, yeah, I'm ready.
She was deployed and he mailed her the divorce papers and then was in a new relationship.
No.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service, ma'am.
Yeah.
How dare he? That is insane.
Yeah, no, so that happened. And then he was with this other girl, Deb, who is like a literal angel, like the coolest. It's just like,
I think I've seen some things about her.
yeah, just like when you just look at someone and you're like, I know that you're a great person, like just like cool, vibey, nice. That's Deb. And he did her dirty, and then was obviously being Zach Bryan, and then him and Brianna.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that she's kind of like talking about it now, because like everyone knew, but I think seeing it in this light is like, oh. And then did you see the video of him performing the other night?
No.
It was really scary. He was like singing one of his songs, and he was like, my exes hate me and my friends all miss me. And he has these like crazy eyes. And after he says that line, he goes, rah! And then just like walks around and then comes back and he's like, I wanna drown in a rock and wish. And I was like,
oh my God.
You're actually insane.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And it sucks because like one of me and Brian's like songs is a Zach Bryan song.
Sad.
Fuck.
You gotta just shelve that one.
Yeah.
You don't gotta throw it away, but you just gotta.
We gotta lock it up.
Yeah.
It may get taken off the playlist, which is sad. But bad guy.
No, I don't know. I never listened to any. I don't know a single Zach Bryan song. So like this was like a completely unbiased thing. Like I didn't hate him. I didn't like him. I just was like, okay. And I'm really not that big of a fan of Brianna either. I mean, I've seen some of her clips. Again, don't hate her, but like I'm not like, oh my God, I like love consuming her content kind of thing. So I was like, I feel like I was a very unbiased person going into this. And I was hearing things that he was saying. I was hearing things that she was saying. But then when I heard all the things that she was talking about, and like when you hear a woman tell a story,
yes,
and you're like, you're 100% telling the truth.
Yes.
Like, I don't know. It's just like the way that some, or people in general, just like tell a story. You're just like, I know that you're not making that up because it's so, one, it's so specific. Two, it's like the way you're telling it is like, you know exactly what's coming next kind of thing.
Yes.
He was telling a story about how it was her birthday and they like rented a house or something, and he ruined everything to make the story short, like just drinking, and she was nervous about leaving because she thought he was going to drink too much, and I'm like, whoa, that is not at all the type of vibes you should have in a relationship with someone. Like, you should not feel like you can't leave someone alone because you think they're going to ruin everything. Like, that's insane.
Yep.
And like her family was there and all this, and like she was telling that story, and I was like, girl, I'm just, again, not a fan of hers, but I'm just happy that it seems like things are smoothing out for her, because
Yes.
that shit, it sounds insane. And that, she said, that was just like the surface. It's not even like the nitty-gritty of their relationship.
No, it's so bad. And I 100% knew. And it's like one of those things where it's like, well, how do you know? It's he said, she said. And I'm like, no, you know.
You know.
Coming from someone who's been with a narcissist, like she's very valid, very real. And again, like Bryan literally has this like not perfect, this track record of destroying lovely women. And it's like, now are we gonna knock it off?
Right.
But I just love also the way that Dave has like just completely like had her back the whole time. The diss tracks
Oh
were
my God.
next level
It was
incredible.
insane. He's genius, honestly.
You-
Love
He
him,
is
hate
a
him.
marketing god.
Yeah. Like, Dave Portnoy knows what the fuck he's doing.
Yes.
That's for sure. It's
Also,
insane.
have you seen her becoming a Swiftie now post breakup?
Yes, that was what I was gonna say next, because I just saw her. I forget what song she was singing, but she was like lip singing a song, and she was also live reacting to "Tolerate It" on the
Yes, I
Barstool
saw
movie,
that.
and she was just like, "Wait a second," and like she like did not realize how many songs that she was missing out on because fucking Zach Bryan would not let her listen to any other music. Like the Noah Khan thing too, that was really fucking weird. Like, he, like,
Insane.
wouldn't perform, and then she can't listen to his music, and she's just singing a song that she knows, and he's like, "How dare you sing another man's song in my presence?" I'm like, "Bruh."
No, he's literally nuts. But I am a little sad at the Swifties that are like attacking her for
Oh,
becoming a Swiftie now. And she literally said, she was like, I do not like Taylor Swift like previously. But why are we going to attack people for realizing how amazing she is? Like,
yeah.
that's where I get sad. I'm like, no, I want to be welcoming. We want all the Swifties. We want people to realize how amazing she is. Like, we don't want to gatekeep. Like,
Yeah, and it's also like you're obviously seeing this woman who is leaving a relationship, and obviously a lot of things of relationships and good and bad in Taylor Swift's life is put into a song. So there's a lot of lyrics that I'm sure she's relating
yes,
to.
a
So
ton.
why can't she like Taylor Swift, even though she said before that she didn't like
Yes.
people are allowed to change their
And
minds.
also, Taylor Swift would respect the fuck out of that. Like,
Right.
and
Like,
it's not even like she's like, oh, I listen to her now. Like, she is fully obsessed. Like, which I respect. If you can acknowledge, like, hey, I was wrong, and now be open to it, welcome. Welcome to the chaos.
and you know what? I think that it's just hard for people to wrap their heads around things like that.
I
Like
know.
people, because so many people don't ever admit that they're wrong. So when people do come out and say, I was wrong, this is good, or whatever, and blah, 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 like people are just like, oh, so now you just turn around and like that is just like so twisted to think about. But like people just aren't used to people saying, yeah, you're right, basically.
Yeah. No, that's
So
very true.
So good for her though, honestly. Good for her for finding her voice, and hopefully nothing else comes out of that and he doesn't keep trying to like make her sign NDAs and give her $12 million to shut her mouth, and she's probably going to make more money now through all this stuff. I mean, she was already doing stuff with Barstool and everything, but like she's probably going to make even more money now. She's gaining followers on social media, like
That's what
fuck
I said.
your
I was
$12
like,
million.
Dave is going to make sure she's taken care of.
Yeah, fuck
Like,
your
he could
12
probably
million.
just give her $12 million for talking about it on the podcast. Like,
Exactly. Like, and that's like a thing too. Like, I was not like everyone was saying like, "Oh, it's a tell-all, it's a tell-all," and she even said like she was like, "That was not a tell-all," and I was like, "That was a lot of information though to be sharing with a lot of people that don't know anything about you."
mm-hmm.
It's very brave and bold to
It
go
is.
out and do something like that, because then you have Zach Bryan just roaring on stage and being weird. And like, if that were me, I'd be like, I'm frightened. Like, this guy knows who I am. He knows where I live. Or maybe she's moved. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I'd be a little freaked out.
I know. Did you see the video of her where she was like, stop posting pictures of my cat? Did you see that?
No.
She was like, stop posting pictures of my cat or I'll post videos of you whipping me in the face. And I was like,
Good for her.
I think she's handled this beautifully, because I saw another video from her where Daily Mail literally posted that she was like already in a new relationship because she was like sitting close to this Australian guy, and she stitched it and she was like, if you think I am ever getting a boyfriend again, you're out of your mind. I'm in intensive therapy. She was like, so what? I smooched. He's in Australia. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and I was like, that is the perfect response to all this.
Yeah. No, it's overall an insane sort of situation to be in, but my goodness, are we getting fed?
I just like when girls get out of a toxic situation and you can like see their sparkle come back.
No,
I'm like,
she looks
welcome.
amazing. She
No,
like
she
got her
does.
hair done.
Yes.
And I was like, girl. Because now she's just all over my page. And I'm
Yeah.
like, you know what? Shoot, I'll like all your stuff that comes up. Slay Queen.
Yep.
Oh my God, I can't stop saying that again. It's come back into rotation.
Like,
I saw, like, literally, I was with my cousins last night and I saw my cousin's dog and I just kept going, hey, Queen. And I was like, why am I calling this dog Queen?
Queen.
It's a sickness. It's a sickness. But speaking of Barstool,
Yes.
our dad,
Our
pre-racism via emails. Jordyn and I used to really love Jon Gruden. And honestly, he's just out of his mind. And I think that's what we appreciated so much about him.
Yeah.
Don't appreciate the racism. We'll
No.
throw that out there right now.
We hate racism.
But what a move by Barstool to pick up Jon Gruden after his weird videos that he's been posting on TikTok that are absolutely insane.
No, when I tell you though, I could watch those videos forever. And whatever he does, I'm going to watch, because just absolutely one of a kind human being. And like even with how crazy and batshit he is, he really is like one of the smartest, like,
he knows what he's talking about. Yeah. Yes. He knows what he's talking about for sure. I mean, he was in the league for 20 years. Like, he's not fucking around.
No.
And then when he comes, but he just was like, you know what? I'm just gonna like rip a line and just start talking about football. Yep. And you know what? It's working. He's gotten probably millions of dollars now from Barstool and whatever else he's doing. And like, this is the resurgence of Jon Gruden again. Like, his brother will never have that resurgence, especially just because he was also just like with Washington and it just like wasn't good. But Jon Gruden, he made his stamp on life, and everybody kind of forgot about it for a bit, but now it's back.
Yes, yes. And I also I don't think I'm not even gonna say anything.
Okay. Okay.
My brain just completely malfunctioned.
Well, the funny thing was that when Jordyn and I were at NFL Films together, like, Jon Gruden he was the Raiders coach.
Yeah.
And he would come up on screen and we'd be like, Dad!
We had a few. John, Harbaugh. I say their last name Harbaugh. And Brian's like,
Harbaugh.
Why are there so many extra letters?
What do you mean, Harbaugh?
No, I said Harborough.
Oh, I thought I was like, there's not.
No, and he's like, where are all these syllables coming from?
Harborough.
And now I can't remember the right or wrong way. But yeah, Harbaugh. Now both of them.
Yep.
Who else? Did we have
Mike
any
Tomlin?
other? Mike Tomlin. Always, always, always.
Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
Who else? No, I feel like that was a good extent, because then everybody else is like, they're so young now.
Yes.
It's like, you know, like Shanahan, McVay, like them. Like, I don't feel that connection to them.
No, absolutely not.
Connection to like the older guys.
I love seeing the videos of women be like, when did NFL coaches start looking like this? Because I picture them like this, and they show like an old man. And I'm like, yeah,
And
now.
then they're just like, but now they look like this, and they show like fucking Matt LaFleur.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Technically, Matt LaFleur is like an older guy now too, which is crazy to think about.
That really, really is. Also, you know, here, no, I'll save that for our recap.
I know exactly where you were going. Before we get into real NFL.
Do you actually know where I was going?
Yes, I do.
Where was I going? Because now I need to know.
You're going to talk about Joe Douglas?
No, I wasn't.
Oh, I thought that's where my mind was going.
I was going to talk about Aaron Rodgers potentially being benched.
Oh, okay. Well, same team.
Same team.
We were in the same region.
Yes.
Not in the same house, but the same region.
Yes.
Before we get into all of our NFL stuff, Jordyn and I have fallen down a hole. And you know what? Like, this isn't a new place for us to be. You know, we've been here before. But, you know, I'm going to pull up her handle so I can say exactly what this page is, because there is a person on TikTok. What is it?
Who has now become my hero. She's
incredible. Absolutely incredible. Posts NFL edits to Taylor Swift songs, but not just like any Taylor Swift song to like any NFL player. She is construing the storylines within the NFL player's life and connecting it to a Taylor Swift song. While I look for this, Jordyn, you have to share the one that you sent me the other day.
Was it the Andrew Luck one?
Yeah.
So me and Sam, Andrew Luck really fucked up me and Sam mentally, because I just think his retirement came at such like a pivotal point in our lives, and we both have really, really struggled to move on from it. And we obviously respect Andrew Luck, wish him the best. Anyone who fucking booed him and at that game, you are an enemy to me. But there was an edit of Andrew Luck to So Long London by Taylor Swift, and every line just hit so hard. And I literally commented on the video and said, did you just stab me? Because it hurt so good to watch.
And you say I abandoned the ship.
I'm so down with it. Sam Lloyd texted me in all capital letters. Every word I think was spelled wrong, with so many question marks and exclamation points. And she said, when you're not sure if he wants to be there.
Because, like, he made such a hard decision.
Yes.
Such a hard decision. And, like, you know what? He did that for himself. And no one will ever, ever be as good as Andrew. Like, Andrew Luck, you are top tier, sir.
Yeah.
Excellent. So it's devoinshowerhandel, I think. It's all one word. So I was trying to break it up.
Yes, I was pronouncing it Devo earlier. I don't know
what Devo. Okay. Devo in
shower handle.
And it's handle DEL at the end. Just posted 5 hours ago. A little bit out of our generation, but it's probably still gonna hit. It's Walter Payton to Marjorie. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's probably gonna cry. I'm probably gonna cry.
Oh dear Lord.
Did you see the one that I sent you about the Green Bay Packers?
No.
It's to Clara Bow. And it goes from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers to Jordan Love. And yeah. I'm like getting emotional thinking about
the Justin Tucker one decapitated me.
Oh my God. The Bryce Young one, that's the one that hooked me. She did it to Nothing New.
Yep.
And I was just like, and it was right after the Germany game. So it was like, you know, they had just beaten the Giants and they're riding the high, which we don't have to talk about. But
no,
okay. But like literally, like Bryce Young, like he just looked so happy.
Yes.
And she was just like, will you still love me when I'm nothing new? And I'm like, and I literally commented on it. I was like, I wish this child nothing but the best. I was like, I have no ill will towards Bryce Young. I hope that he has the season that he one day deserves, and he gets out there because that boy seems so kind and so pure.
He really does. Um,
There's so
the
many of them.
There's so many. The Justin Herbert one was insane because also the lyric of like, you wrote it, you thought about it in school. And remember the picture of him where he literally wrote like in elementary school, I'm going to be the quarterback
Yeah.
of the Chargers.
Yeah.
Like I was like, in the age of city chasing fortune and fame, like,
Oh, and the fucking Justin Tucker one.
wait, that was the one I just said that.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
What were we talking about when I was talking about that?
I thought you were talking about the Justin Herbert one.
No, I said the Justin Tucker one decapitated me.
Oh, I thought you said Justin Herbert.
I just did.
Oh. I thought, I heard Justin and I just combined them
Fine.
together.
Okay. No, entirely
That's my
valid.
bad. That is my bad.
No,
But the
it's
Justin
okay.
Tucker one did decapitate me as well.
Yes. No, that one really, really hurt. And then also Derrick Henry to vigilante shit.
So good. And DK Metcalf to I did something bad.
Oh yeah.
It's the Joe Flacco one. The one that got me actually too was the Dak Prescott one. Believe it or not.
I know.
That's just because of his personal life.
That's what's so hard for me because like
Which one?
Dak is a human being.
Oh yeah.
Dak, I love. It's just so unfortunate that I literally will never, ever, ever love anything about the Cowboys.
Fair enough.
I have to hate him in the uniform, but the person inside and like, Dak, I respect you. I think you're an incredible human being.
Yeah.
But like, Dallas sucks.
Dallas does suck. It brings me joy.
It does. They're so bad.
I think that was a smooth transition.
Yes.
The Cowboy. I was falling asleep on Monday night watching the Cowboys Texans game to the point where Michael's like slapping me and he's like, "Aren't you watching this? Like I'm sitting out here with you so we can watch football." And I'm like, "This is so garbage." And the fucking roof is falling, the sun's in people's eyes. Like, come on, Jerry. Let it go. Release the rope. Your white knuckle grip. Release.
And it's so funny because I'm like, oh yeah, like Jerry Jones needs to go, like blah blah blah. And then I'm like, you know what? Stay.
No, keep him around.
For as long as you want. Stay.
Keep Mike McCarthy too. Why not?
Yeah. Keep everybody. Because yeah, I just don't think that team will ever be good under Jerry Jones, like until he passes the torch.
And you know what? I was actually talking about this at work. There's a very good chance that his son is taking over a lot of what's already been going on, which means that when Jerry does in fact die, as I'm pretty sure, like he's not going to go down without his ship.
Without his ship.
Yeah, he's the captain, like
Yes.
he's going to die there. That's where they're going to bury him in an AT&T Stadium. But his son is already like kind of doing stuff, and that's the person who's going to step up. So it's like I'm pretty sure that they're going to be fucked for at least the next half a century.
That is like the best news I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
I just can't wait for Micah Parsons to become an Eagle.
Anyway, the Giants. I'd rather talk about that.
Yeah, you're the Giants. The Giants are doing things.
We're back here again. I feel like we were in this at the exact same time last year.
Yes. No, literally, wasn't it right before Christmas?
Yes, it was right before Christmas. And history repeats itself. I think this is going to be the cycle of my life for the next like 50 years.
Going back to Tommy DeVito.
Every November we'll just go back to Tommy DeVito. He'll be like 70.
I also want to know why Drew Lock got skipped over.
So I was thinking the same thing, and like honestly, to be honest, I would have rather had Drew Lock because he's gonna lose games. And at this point,
Do you
I
think
am
Tommy
not.
DeVito is going to win games?
Yeah, 100%.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not right. I don't know if he's gonna go in this weekend off the bye. Like, I don't know. Because also it's tough for me this weekend. They're going up against the Bucks. It's gonna be a tough weekend for me. But no, 100% he's gonna win a couple games, which is exactly what he did last year. And then we dropped in the draft. What?
Sorry. You just remember when you talked about the Giants playing the Bucks, I was like, is this the week that that the Eagles play the Ravens? Because I've been dreading that game all year. But no, we play the Rams and then it's the
Ravens. Oh, well, that'll be an interesting one to get into. The Ravens too are looking tough. But yes, so Tommy DeVito is gonna win games for us. But I think that because of that, like, they want that spark in the team. They don't want to completely die.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they don't want to just lay down.
But also, I don't know if you've heard this, and I only saw it in one report, so I don't even know if it's true.
Okay.
But apparently the locker room was like pissed that they benched Daniel Jones. And I think it was Lawrence.
Dexter Lawrence.
Yeah. He came out and was like, he's my QB1. Like, he's the best quarterback in this room. Like, he was saying that, like, at least until the end of the season, he was like, I wanted to play under Daniel Jones. So I'm interested to see if it's just like the initial feeling and everyone lets it go.
You know, I think it's just really interesting because there's the reason why they benched him to begin with, right? Is because they don't want to have to pay him next year if he gets hurt. And that's the bottom line. It, like, yes, he's playing pretty poorly and we lost to the Carolina Panthers. Not great. But at the same time, it's like, you don't want to pay him. He's not going to be a Giant next year.
No.
So it's like, when originally there was like a report that came out from Rossini who said like there was a possibility that Daniel Jones was going to start week 12. And I literally was like, please, just like let it go.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and you know me, Daniel Jones truther over here for the last 5 years. You know, I've held on and I've held on tight and I've died on that hill. But like, I even said, I was like, it's time to let it go. He's not our guy. And it's just unfortunate, but it's time to move on and whatever we may do. Which actually, interesting proposal that my brother threw at me, swapping Daniel Jones and Justin Fields.
I would kill you.
Yeah. But he was like, back up Russ and send Justin Fields to New York. And
I mean, it honestly makes sense, but
like, just take the team out of it for a second and just think like logistically.
Logistically,
yeah,
makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
But if I have to root against Jaden Daniels and Justin Fields, I'm gonna be such a sad little bean.
You know, it's not there yet, you know, obviously, but it's just interesting to think about. But yeah, it's just a crapshoot over here. I'm just
It just sucks too because it's also like not the best quarterback class either.
Yeah, and like everyone keeps talking about Shador, and I don't have anything against Shador. I just really don't want him. I don't know. He seems like a good player, but like he's getting this much, you know, visibility because his dad is Deion Sanders. Like, that's the reason.
I also saw a thing that was like, if the Cowboys drafted him, that they would be like a coach-son duo in Dallas.
Deion has shut that down.
Oh, really?
Oh,
I literally just saw it today.
Oh, no, it's been like probably for like the last week and a half or so. Like, Deion is literally like, stop asking me. I'm not taking that job. Because he has Shiloh in Colorado still.
Yeah.
He's not gonna leave. He's not gonna fucking dip out because Shador is getting drafted and leave Shiloh behind.
Yeah, that's true.
Shiloh needs the most help. He's the one who's getting arrested and stuff. So he's got to stick by Shiloh and let Shador go out into the pros. It's just a matter of where he goes. But then also there's the whole like, I'm not letting my son go here and there and blah blah blah. And you know, they're gonna probably pull some sort of Eli Manning thing on draft night where he gets drafted and then goes to a different team or whatever. But
the last time we've seen that,
Eli.
That was literally the last time. That's nuts.
Yeah, that was 20 years ago. 2004 was that
Wow.
draft. Yeah. But you know what's felt so fun? I've been like talking so much about the draft recently because my season's over basically, and I'm like, oh my god, this is so exciting. I missed the draft. I'm so excited for the draft again.
We love the NFL draft.
Fucking love the draft. It's so fun. And like I'm just like looking forward to it. And I'm like, it's gonna be like because there are quarterbacks. It's not the best quarterback class, but there are quarterbacks. There's wide receivers, there's defense guys.
I want Howie Roseman to do whatever he has to do to get Travis Hunter.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I
knew you were
would
gonna say that.
die. I am so obsessed with that kid.
I literally the second I just said that, I was like, she's gonna bring up Travis Hunter. I can feel it.
Yep.
But yeah. So anyway, Giants are in shambles. Drew Lock got passed over for Tommy DeVito for morale and probably Christmas treats from Tommy's mom. And yeah. I'm good though. I'm good.
I'm delusional. The Eagles are winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I had a feeling that was coming soon too.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, you got to watch 2 dubs in Mexico. That's pretty dope.
Oh, to end the show, I have the nuttiest story to tell you about that actually.
Hit me.
So, guys, like I said, I was in Cancun for a week, and just so happened there was an Eagles primetime Sunday night game, and then also they played in Thursday Night Football, 2 huge divisional games. So that was awesome. I got to watch them both in Cancun, and the resort that we were at has a sports bar. So Sunday night and Thursday night, obviously we're spent in the sports bar, and Sunday night we walk in and we really had no idea what to expect. We all brought Eagles gear, like our whole gang, and we walk in filled with just like scattered Eagles fans, and we were like, what? And it's not even like it was like Eagles and Cowboys. Like there were a few, but they didn't bring gear. Like they weren't as into it. And it was flooded with Eagles fans. I texted Sam. She goes, this actually disgusts me how well you guys travel.
Yeah. I was like, I am horrified by this.
Yes. So Sunday night, awesome game. Really good vibes. Thursday night, we walk in, and I guess the Sunday people that we watched with had already left. But do not worry, because there was another band of Eagles fans, and there was a huge group that was like directly from Philly. Like we actually like had like mutuals. It was crazy. But yeah, there was still a ton of Eagles fans in there. So we're watching, and then there's this one Commanders fan who, when we first walked in, obviously immediate like, fuck you. Like we're going head to head with them, talking shit. He's talking shit to us. Like it was fun. And not even just us, like all the Eagles fans in there. So whatever, game's going. It's probably like, because we scored 20 points in the 4th quarter. So it was probably like the 3rd quarter. After halftime, it was like a slow start game, but like the Eagles were looking well. So like there was a lot of energy. Everyone was super hyped. We were just like all convinced we were going to win. Like that was just the vibe. And there was a wedding at the resort. So people from the wedding, like wedding guests, started trickling in. And this one dude just walks in and just starts talking about how much he hates Eagles fans in a room full of Eagles fans.
Not a good idea.
The dumbest thing that you could possibly do. So like we're all watching, there's like this big screen, and him and all his friends and his girlfriend are up at this booth, like literally like directly to the right of the screen. So anything the Eagles would do, he would turn around and he would be like, and he was like mocking the Eagles chant. And I was very, very, very drunk this night. Yeah. So like, I can't even remember what he said. And it was loud in there. At one point I stood up and I go, do you want to fight? Oh and me to a man, Brian is like, please sit. Please sit. His girlfriend is like, no drama. As if I would actually go over there and fight this man. Like, and he just started talking all this stuff. And then he went and sat on the other side of the room and he was like mocking the Eagles chant. And he said some really messed up stuff to this one girl. And she goes up, she pushes a chair to the corner of the room. And she's like, you should sit there. No one wants you out here. And then he's talking. She's like, look me in the face. Tell me you hate my team to my face. And he like wouldn't make eye contact with her. And like everyone was just like attacking this dude. But like it was so crazy. And then it ended super wholesome because the Commanders fan came up to us and he was like, I like you guys. Yeah. And we were like, if you were like us talking shit with him, we were like, you're valid to hate us right now. Like we're enemies. I'm like, You can't just walk into a game where we're playing and
Just
talk all
decide,
this shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's insane. People are out of control. Before we end off the show, I do just want to talk about Aaron Rodgers really quick.
Yeah.
We didn't mention that, but yeah, Aaron Rodgers is destroying the New York Jets franchise, and I don't think have we ever experienced a GM getting fired in the middle of the season?
I was thinking that too. I was like, this feels
'Cause
nuts.
we've definitely seen obviously GMs get fired, but like between week 11 and 12, I do not recall that ever happening, at least in my cognitive memory from like probably 6th grade on. So correct me if I'm wrong, but that was shocking. That was shocking. It's literally the meme of Eric Andre shooting the gun and he's like killing Hannibal Buress and he's just like, why does this keep happening? And it's like, because it's you, Aaron, unfortunately.
No,
You're the
literally.
one who's killing the franchise.
It's really making me so sad. And like
I
the
know.
fact that like, and it's so crazy because me and Brian were talking about it, and it was like on paper, like if you removed Aaron Rodgers, if you were just like watching this man, you had no idea who he was, like the obvious thought is bench him. Like
Bench him.
it's ugly, but
Correct.
it's just like, how do you bench Aaron Rodgers? Like,
I think that's their problem,
yeah.
which is so dumb because at the end of the day, if you're not playing well,
Yep.
then you don't play. Like it's like, Aaron Rodgers or not, like it just seems like, but like apparently Woody Johnson was like all ready to bench him like week 4, and they were like, no.
Yeah.
And then Robert Saleh gets fired, Joe Douglas gets fired. They bring in all his friends, create the Aaron Rodgers League, and here we are.
It's really ugly. It's making me very, very sad. I did not expect it. Like, did I expect him to be prime MVP Aaron Rodgers? No. But I thought they would at least be like in playoff contention. I thought the second they brought Devontae Adams in, I was like, this is going to be the breath of fresh air he needs. You would think. And it's ugly. And I think the end is near.
It's not though. That's the thing.
You don't think he's going to be done? Really?
He's not going out on that note. He's too egotistical.
What's he going to do?
They're not going to cut him.
He's going to become a giant?
No, but the Jets can't cut him. They'd be $49 million in the hole.
I know. What would the trade look like?
Even trade Daniel Jones for Aaron Rodgers.
Honestly, it's like equivalent at this point. Aaron Rodgers like, I don't even have to pack my bags. I don't care. Just put me in a new uniform.
If you told me 2 years ago Aaron Rodgers would be a giant, I'd have a different reaction. Now, no. I'm good.
Yeah. I don't mean this in a messed up way at all, but I need your thoughts after the way the season has gone.
Yeah.
Do you hate Saquon Barkley, or are you like neutral about it? Does it still like, how do you feel? And I'm not trying to be like, like,
yeah,
I just really want to know, like,
no, I'm like actually like really happy for him.
Good.
Like just as a person, like I love to see him do his backward strat. Like he's getting to do what he thought he'd be able to do in New York for his entire career, and he's doing it in Philadelphia. And while for as a Giants fan, that doesn't feel good for me to see him doing it there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just happy that he's getting his resurgence and his ability to say like, hey, because the organization fucked him over so hard. And I will never forgive them for that. I will never forgive them for saying, oh yeah, like let's trade him to the fucking Philadelphia Eagles. Like who in their right mind decided well, I know who in their right mind decided that was a good idea. It was Joe Shane, but like it's I'm still happy for him because I'm happy to see him doing well and to show that he was worthy of money and getting what he, even as an older guy. So, no, I don't hate Saquon Barkley.
Yay.
But I just don't like seeing him succeed in this environment. if that makes sense.
No, it absolutely does. Because honestly, like, remember when the whole conversation was happening? And I was just like, I don't even let's keep DeAndre Swift. I don't even want Saquon Barkley. I
I
think that
do
was
remember you saying that.
I made a whole video about it. I was like, do not give us Saquon Barkley. And then
And now,
obviously when it happened, I got very caught up in the hype, but I was like, that was definitely just because he was a Giant. And I was just being prissy.
and that's fair too. And like the thing is too, it's because like he was so New York for so
He
like
was.
he was our team. He was the face of our team, and you let the face of our team go. You let him out, walk out the door with nothing. Like that's crazy.
They literally said, go find an offer. And they were so convinced that he wouldn't. And then was it your GM or the owner who was like, if he goes to Philadelphia, I will not be able to sleep
It
at
was
night?
Mara. It was the owner. Yeah, he was like, I won't be able to sleep at night. And
Yeah.
like there are like so many people are just like, has anyone checked in on John Mara and his sleep schedule? Because you're not sleeping there, buddy. You're not
No.
sleeping. Yeah, it's definitely rough in New York right now. But no, I will never hate Saquon Barkley. He did a lot for us, and I will respect him as a person forever.
Nice. What a wholesome end to the show. Guys, it feels so good to be back. We literally got to talk about all of our favorite things today. If you like this episode, make sure to give us a thumbs up and smash that subscribe button here on the YouTube channel. Make sure to follow us on all of our socials. You can find us on TikTok and Instagram. I'm not even going to promote Threads anymore. I actually deleted the app off my phone. At the unsolicited_podcast. You can find us on Twitter at Sam and Jordyn, and then obviously also wherever you get your audio podcasts. Don't be surprised next week. We will be back, but the podcast will probably come out a day early just because of Thanksgiving. And we hope you guys all have a happy, safe, and wonderful Thanksgiving. We are thankful for you, and we'll be back next week.
Bye.
Bye.